It's time now for Real Estate Update. With Usha Chandra of GlobeNet Realty, real estate is our world.
Now we're standing here face to face, afraid to move.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this very exciting segment of the weekly real estate update with Usha Chandra of GlobeNet Realty. Hey, this is the last show of this year, and with that, we'd like to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a very happy upcoming New Year, because our next show will be in the New Year. With that, let's welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me on the show, Usha Chandra and Australian Indian Radio.
Hi, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show, and getting towards the end of this year, what has been the capital city clearance rates and what is the market doing?
Yes, let's have a quick look at the preliminary clearance rates. It has dipped down a little bit. The combined capital cities saw 2,667 homes taken to auction last week. The busiest auction week since late May, which was 3,226 properties, while up 5.1% from the previous week of 2,537 properties. Same week last year saw 4,981 homes taken to auction across the combined capital cities. The busiest auction week since commenced in 2008. The 2004 results collected so far, 57.9% were successful, and the lowest preliminary clearance rate since week ending 24 July. Last week's preliminary clearance rate saw 4% increase by 61.9%, revising down to 57.8% at the final figures. Once the remaining results will be collected, the final clearance rates may be a little bit lower than 60%. Across the combined capital cities, auction results: Adelaide was the busiest auction market, 189 properties, followed by Brisbane, 180 properties, and Canberra, 142 properties. Adelaide has recorded the strongest preliminary clearance rate, 65.5%, followed by Canberra, 57.1%, and Brisbane, 41%. So looking at the results, the market has gone a little bit down in auction results. So we'll look in the next slide what's the clearance rates were like.
And okay, yes, what is the clearance rate rise across the sweeping nation? And if we can get a quick review of the final figures.
Yes, 50s, looking at Sydney's clearance rate, 58.5%, and 960 properties were taken to auction, only 430 sold. Melbourne was 59.4%, 1,182 properties taken to auction, 562 sold under the hammer. Brisbane 41%, 180 properties, and 48 sold. Adelaide was 65.5%, 189 properties, and 74 sold. Perth, Tasmania were not applicable. Canberra was 57.1%, 142 properties were taken to auction, and 60 sold under the hammer. So average was 57.9% across the board, and 2,667 properties were taken to auction, and basically 50% sold. 1,175 properties were cleared auctions.
And that is a very interesting result, and it was good to see that Adelaide topped the result with 65.5% clearance rate.
Yeah.
That is just amazing. Well, okay, what does that equate to in the monthly change? As we know that, the monthly change has a big bearing on the final yearly change. So very quickly looking across all the major capitals and looking at what the monthly change was.
Yes, looking at the monthly change, Sydney minus 1.3%, Melbourne minus 1%, Brisbane minus 1.7%, Adelaide minus 0.1%, and Perth minus 0.1%, and everywhere it was combined was minus 1.1%. So everywhere it was all minus, apart from Perth was plus 1.1%. That's a very minor change.
Yes, disappointing to see that Brisbane tops the list in the minus for this time at minus 1.7. Well, of course, now, as I mentioned before, that now will have a bearing on the final 12-month change. So let's take a look at those 12-month change and see what the results have been there.
Yes, looking at Sydney, minus 11.4% in the 12-month change. Melbourne, minus 7.5%. Brisbane is plus 1.6%. Adelaide is plus 12.4%. Perth is plus 3.7%. So the combined capital cities, minus 6.1%.
Overall, minus 6.1%. That's not a pretty good picture there, but anyway, that's what it is. Well, of course, without going into great details, just sweeping across the nation, let's take a look at what's come on the market.
Let's have a quick look at Brisbane market first. 3,547 new properties. Sydney has got 4,144 properties. Canberra is 551 new properties. Melbourne has got quite a large number of listings, 5,823 properties. Looking at Adelaide, 1,883 new properties have come on the market. Hobart is 393. Perth has got 3,882 new properties on the market, and Darwin has got 161. So looking at the combined capital cities, 20,384 new properties have come on the market this week.
And it is good to see that, even coming on to the Christmas break, the listings are still there. And the other area where people always complain a lot about is not enough properties, in the rental market. So what is happening in that scene?
Yeah, looking at Brisbane market first, rentals, there's quite a large number of rentals coming in Brisbane, 4,845. Sydney has got 14,059 new rental properties. Canberra is 1,242. A lot of listings there as well compared to the previous weeks. Melbourne is 2,154. Really large number of listings there in rentals. Adelaide is 1,663 new properties, and Hobart is 351. Perth has got 3,240 new rentals, and Darwin has got 333. So the combined capital city new listings on the rental market is 37,887. Large number of listings there.
Well, it is good to see that, the rental listings are there despite what's reported in the media, normally saying there's an acute shortage of rentals and people are not getting into the rental properties, and that, in some states they're going to be banning the rental bidding, etc. But, the data shows something else. Well, just a very quick snapshot of the rental data to look at what the rates have been and what sort of yields have our investors been getting.
Yes, looking at the Sydney market first, 677 is the medium rent, and the current yield is 3.08%. Melbourne is 503, it's gone up as well in Melbourne, and the current yield is 3.20%. Brisbane is quite high as well, $584 per week, and current yield is 4.10%. Adelaide is $516 per week, and current yield is 3.90%. Perth is 546, good rent over there as well, and current yield is 4.63%, very, very good rental yield there. Hobart is 553 per week, and 4.03% is the current yield. Darwin is quite good rentals, $593 per week. And look at the current yield of Darwin, 6.27%. Canberra is 683, and the current yield is 4%. Capital, combined capitals is 573 in medium rental price, and 3.50% is the current yield. Let's have a quick look at the combined regionals. $498 per week, pretty steady rent in the regional markets, and 4.43% is the current yield. So national average is $551 per week, and current yield is 3.71%. So the good yields are pretty good overall.
Overall, it's a pretty good result, and of course, Darwin takes the cake there with 6.27% current yield, which is amazing. In a place to be investing in, but of course the picture normally changes after a while as well. The supply and demand, if you can predict beforehand, that's where looking at all of this, and right now in the last slide, let's take a look at what have been selling as terms of the highest sales in Queensland.
Looking at the highest sale in Queensland, in Mooloolaba, First Avenue, 901.20 First Avenue. It's a penthouse, looks like a penthouse, and it's 3 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and 4 cars, sold for $6 million. Whereas in Broadbeach, in the coast, in Gold Coast, both the coasts, and 18 Younger Court, Broadbeach Waters, 6 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and 4 cars, sold for $5,100,000. So very good results over there in Queensland.
So Queensland is holding pretty well in terms of property values. Those are pretty good numbers. And when we look at the one in Mooloolaba, that's about 1, 2, 3, 4 down from the top penthouse, and even then it's got that kind of money, which is amazing. Well, in this last segment, because this is the last show for this year, what's going to happen over the holiday period in your agency? Should someone like to look at properties, or if there's something about rentals or sales, what is going to happen over the holiday period, and how can people contact you?
Yes, looking at the holiday period, our office will be closed from tomorrow. So, but if anybody needs any rentals or sales, they can contact me on my mobile, 0419-775-416. I'm not going anywhere for holidays. I'll be around. So, looking at anything in real estate, please contact me. Our office will be shut from tomorrow and reopen on 9th of January. So, wishing everybody a very Merry Christmas and a prosperous 2023. Wishing everybody a safe and happy holidays as well. Thank you so much for having me, Australian Indian Radio, and Usha Chandra.
And once again, thank you so much for being on the show and your contribution to the real estate industry, and of course bringing this weekly update on Australian Indian Radio. And as you mentioned that the physical office might be closed, but virtually the office is open these days. A lot of things, a lot of business is just done online as well. So ladies and gentlemen, it's been wonderful having your company today on this last show of the weekly real estate update with Usha Chandra. Until the next year, it's goodbye from us.
GlobeNet Realty. GlobeNet Realty has been the longest established, trusted and respected agency in its trade area. Usha Chandra, Director of GlobeNet Realty, provides honest and ethical service to her customers. If you are thinking of investing in Brisbane real estate market, or if you are seeking professional property management, then you should contact Usha Chandra today on landline 3865 4466 or mobile 0419 775 416. And for further updates, log on to our website www.globenetralty.com.au. GlobeNet Realty is your own local real estate agency. Situated at Shop 52281 Sandgate Road, Boondall. GlobeNet Realty. Real estate is our world.